It's lights out and away we go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the GT UK F1 podcast. And I would say I'm usually joined by David, but David, as you know, isn't here. But I have a nice surprise. I am joined by Alan.
Hello.
So, the Formula One Grand Primo Mexico. Sorry, I'm not giving it his full name, but Mexico. The Mexican GP. Yeah, holy crap. So,
That was a good one.
it was one of the better ones.
Oh, definitely.
Usual deal is obviously, practice wasn't caught, but we'll try and run through the best, give our thoughts on them anyways. But, yeah.
That's P1. I wasn't expecting anybody big at the top. Obviously, 9
Well, you had Leclerc.
rookies. Yeah, Leclerc, Antonelli, and Hulkenberg were the top 3.
Yeah, Hulk. You know what I mean?
You had Lindblad, or however you pronounce it, Lindblad, how you pronounce his name.
So you had Arvid Lindblad stepping in for
Red Bull Racing.
Red Bull, which he was in Max's car.
Yep.
You had...
I mean, well, he was quick. He was the quickest out of all the rookies, coming in 6th.
Yeah, I know.
Beating Yuki.
You had the likes of Pato O'Ward from McLaren in Norris's car, Frederick Vesti in the Merc, who was in George's car.
While George was enjoying his seat watching it all.
Well, George was sat in the grandstands. You had Paul Aaron in the Alpine for
Gasly.
Yeah. You had Ryo Hirakawa in the Haas.
For Berman.
For
the Bear.
Oliver Bearman. And you had Iwasa in the Racing Bulls, which was Lawson.
It was Lawson.
You had Luke Browning in the Williams, which...
Sainz.
You had, obviously, Jack Crawford in the Aston Martin.
For Stroll.
And you had Antonio Feuco, which was Hamilton's car.
Yeah.
Now, I'm surprised at them Hamilton sitting out a little bit.
In a way I am, but in a way I'm not.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Only because... Why? Because, obviously, before Hamilton got there, Charles was always the number 1 driver. I think they're trying to keep him happy.
I'm not surprised. Leclerc's not happy, is he? Really?
Since Hamilton's come in, he's sort of been demoted, shall we say.
I wouldn't think that, though.
You wouldn't think that, but he has actually, in a way, been demoted to the 2nd driver. Or that's how he sees it. They're not equal, not in a long shot. But I think they are favouring more to Hamilton than they are Charles. And I think I know it's wrong, but I think it's just more because of Hamilton's experience.
But yeah.
You're always going to favour the guy with more experience.
Only because Hamilton's a 7-time world champion.
Besides the point, whether he's the 7-time world champion or not, I think with the amount of years he's been racing as well.
Well, yeah. But with I'll come on to it, but in the past, you.
It's true. Most teams will favour the one with more experience, unless you're Aston Martin.
Yeah.
We won't go down that bite.
No. But yeah, like I say, it's quite interesting to see all the rookies out. I know that they've got to put the rookies out certain times a year, but Mexico, of all places, but I suppose
It towards the end of the season, I mean.
Yeah.
Well, we've got 4 races left.
4
races, 2 sprints.
Well, yeah, we've still got 4 because obviously
We've got Brazil, Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. And there's 2 sprints, 1 in Brazil, 1 at Qatar.
Say that again.
4 races left: Brazil, Vegas,
Yep.
Qatar,
Mm-hmm.
and Abu Dhabi.
Yep.
2 sprints left: 1 at Brazil, and I think the other one's at Qatar.
Yes, it is. It's at Losail and
I knew I wasn't going mad.
it's at Losail and I believe at Brazil. But I mean, Mexico's probably not the easiest track for the rookies, but
No, definitely not.
and then obviously P2, everybody's back, and you know, you had the likes of Max being on top, but Leclerc showing pace again. Obviously, we never read into a practice session, but
No, you never do because you don't know what.
Seem to have pace the entire weekend.
So practice you never read, just purely and simply because they're running different programs, they're running different scenarios.
Yeah.
You know, practice P1 and P2 for me are more race, except for race trim. You know, how they're going to perform, what their race pace is going to be like and things like that. And then practice 3 is normally quick runs.
P3 is normally more quality runs.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But, I mean, looking at... Is it P1? Was Alonso...
Well, Alonso was 12th in P1.
Yeah.
P2, he was 8th.
And then ran into some issues in P3 by the looks of it.
Yeah, because he's dead last.
He was last and he only got about 12 laps of running time.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually going to let you lead on quality.
Where did that come from, Isaac Hadjar?
No idea.
But it was
stunning.
Wasn't much in it between. Funny enough, who had the quickest lap? So it was Hadjar with the fastest, with a 1 minute 16.733, followed by Hamilton with a 1:16.736.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1:16, and then obviously Norris was 1:16.8. You know, he was beat by Russell with 8.95, and Norris was an 8.99. But where was Piastri? Where was his pace? His pace is gone.
Yeah, I did not quite understand.
For me, I think since Baku, He's just lost it.
Which isn't good.
I've got a few theories, but I'll come towards them towards the end.
I don't know. I kind of don't want Oscar to give up, really.
Yeah.
But I'll come on to that later on. But
I mean, if you're looking at the bottom 5 for Q1, I think for me the biggest shot would be Bortoletto.
I mean, to be honest,
because Bortoletto is quite consistent of getting out Q1.
well, yeah, he has been. Or you know, he's been pushing Hulkenberg, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He's definitely been pushing Hulk because
Albon just doesn't. I don't know what's going on with Albon. It doesn't seem to be there.
Problem is with Albon, I think I hate to say it, but ever since Sainz came in,
he's got a bit of a challenge on his hands.
Yeah, he's like I say, for a couple of years, he made he was looking good because you had the likes of Sargent and Latifi and Albon. Well, yeah, Calapinto as well, but Albon looked good because they weren't doing great. Now, with Sainz,
it just clicked.
Yeah, Sainz isn't really a pushover, if you know what I mean. He's not gonna sit there and play fucking second fiddle to Albon.
Oh no,
no
of course he's
way.
Not. And I think that's what with Williams they've let him do. They've let him get on with it.
Yeah, and
there is no you're first, you're second. It's you're both equals. Go do what you can do.
Yeah, and I think it's rattled him a bit because Albon.
He's got competition.
Well, yeah. Albon just, I don't know.
But anyway, I mean, yeah. I mean, both Alpines, yeah, I expected that. They're not performing this year again.
The problem is have they even bothered? You know what I mean? Have they really bothered with development?
Did you see old matey's boy's face after Colapinto had his lap time deleted?
What, you mean Briatore?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking, just get him off the fucking screen, Jesus Christ. But the problem is, who manages Colapinto?
Oh, I know.
Hence, kind of why he's had a little bit more time in the car, I think.
Possibly. But yeah, as I said, whether that lap time come from Isaac Hadjar, I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
But then you go to Q2. And then you start seeing things come back to normal.
Yeah.
Norris was just... His lap time was just phenomenal.
Problem is, though, with Norris, I think the thing is Norris is now... He's now trying to prove that
it's that whole there is no repercussions anymore scenario now.
No. But I kind of, in a way, I agree with what Oscar. I think the whole since like Lando's barged him out of the way and shit.
Which wasn't his fault in Singapore. That was not his fault. He'd already made contact with Max, which then sent him into Piastri. So it wasn't his fault.
And then you had the sprint in Austin, and
now, obviously, I didn't join you for that one, unfortunately.
no,
but I don't. And obviously, I've not actually. I'll be honest. I've not actually had the podcast back from it yet properly. So I don't know what your take on was on that. But for me, I think Piastri could have done better.
to be honest, he was a bit buggered wherever he was going.
The thing is, he turned quite sharply. It was, going into that corner, because he knew he couldn't get past Norris going into the corner, you could see him turn that wheel quite heavy, which then led him into Hulkenberg.
Well, he was trying to get,
and it was a knock-on effect.
Yeah, he was trying to what do you call it?
To cut him.
Switchback on Hulkenberg.
Yeah. But it just wasn't going to work with the amount of cars. He just needed to just sit behind and then just go from there.
Yeah. But unfortunately it didn't, and yeah.
So for me, that was a bit of a, sounds stupid, but it's a rookie mistake from Piastri.
Problem is Baku.
But I think it was Baku that really sort of...
Baku was the mistake.
Yeah.
From him. But I think Lando's now out to prove that he is number one.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I think Oscar just needs to sit down with Webber, really, and see if Webber can help him get his head back in the game.
I mean, if you take what was it? Norris was quickest in Q2. 116.2. Then after that, if I'm looking at it correctly, was Hamilton with a 116.4.
Yep.
Now, that doesn't sound much, but that's a massive gap in F1.
That's what 0.2? Something? Is it 0.2?
Yeah. Yeah, 0.2.
Just the McLaren seemed quite hooked up.
But the Ferrari did.
Yeah, but the problem was, we'll allude to that one.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Don't worry.
We'll get to that.
But it's true. In qualifying, that Ferrari was actually quite hooked.
Low fuel.
It looked strong.
Yeah, it did.
Max didn't look comfortable. You can see get an awful lot of oversteer. And it's just broad, it's always the same sort of corners, the fast little corner in bit. You be just getting an awful lot of oversteer on there.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. But again, the bottom five on that lot, Lawson, only got a lap.
It's kind of usual suspects.
Yeah, I mean, Lawson did get, I think he only put one lap time on the board because he had lap time deleted.
Yep.
Alonso, yeah, okay, he has been performing well, but I don't think I think he was struggling that day as well. Hulk, yeah. I mean, okay, has been in there with Ocon. And then obviously, fair enough, Yuki right at the very end.
And
Behrman only just. Yeah, we'll get to that bit, don't worry. I think Yuki was literally just pushed out.
Yeah, it was.
By Hadjar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Yuki was 116.8 and Hadjar was a 116.804.
Yeah. So there wasn't much in it.
I mean,
Um,
at this point, what I will quickly say is the rumor mill about Hadjar going into that Red Bull seat is a case of, don't do it, Isaac. Just don't do it, Hadjar. Jesus, don't.
stay where he is for another year.
Stay where you are, because bloody Jesus Christ, I mean, look at Yuki since they brought him up to replace Lawson. Then look at Lawson, how Lawson's obviously Lawson's not my favourite person, but how he's performing to...
It's like, he may not be your favourite person, but he is performing well.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. He's performing compared to the second Red Bull seat. People say, oh yeah, it's cursed, this, that, and the other. Now, we will get onto Q3, but recently there was a bit of Mexico where Karun spoke to Perez. And obviously, me and Alan talked a little bit about it before we started recording. He was tight-lipped a little bit, but he came out and said that the car favoured more Max.
And Red Bull actually eventually admitted it. Towards the beginning of the season, I think they finally admitted that there is something wrong with that second car. So like people saying, well, why don't you just do the same setup for Max, or other teams doing the same thing? You can't do that because everybody's driving style's different.
Oh yeah, not everybody can drive like Max.
We'll get on to that bit. I'll keep my mouth shut for the moment.
Well, like I said, Yuki can't. Yuki's got a very different driving style to Max.
Oh yeah, everybody does. I don't want to admit that.
You put Behrman in the Red Bull, for example.
Hey, Albon.
Well, yeah. I mean, Albon, when he was in the Red Bull. Danny Rick.
He then left for a year. Yeah. Well, Albon was in the Red Bull. Left for a year. And look, he came back to Williams. And I said it way back then. You can see the difference. He's a much better driver.
Well, Albon went into DTM when he was break.
You said it was a big mistake him coming back, but I said no, it's not. But
I did say it was a big mistake him coming back.
I proved you wrong.
He hasn't though. Really?
He's had a good couple of seasons with Williams. I think he's just, I don't know, something's just not clicked for him this year. Well, and as we were saying, is that because Carlos Sainz is actually giving him a run for his money?
I'd say
he's
so.
Not the number one.
I'd say so.
I think it was James Vowles has said Sainz will actually turn up to the office when he doesn't need to. He will be there at 9 o'clock in the morning when he doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
Straight after a race weekend, he'll be in the office at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Because Sainz, look at like Ferrari sort of thing. Yeah. He proves he can win races, but he wants to be able to, as he said when he spoke about it, Williams is a project for him.
Yeah.
And if he can get them back on winning ways, I mean, honest to God, technically, he's been on the podium in the Williams. Yes, it was a bit of luck in a way. If the car had been good or a little bit better.
I mean, the car is fantastic this year.
He could have been on the top step, you know what I mean?
I mean, compared to what he has over years, compared to how that car's over the years, James Vowles has gone in and he's completely rearranged everything, especially this year, brought in sites. And the car is, I mean, okay, Ambler's not doing great, but the car is reliable.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Yeah, but you look at some of the high speed. We've always known that Williams a bit of a rocket ship when it comes to a high speed.
Canada last year.
Yeah. And I think I'm not being disrespectful to anybody else that's run Williams in the past, but I think what James Vowles has done now, is kind of proving that he wants Williams to be back fighting up there.
Yeah.
For championships.
Williams is an iconic name within Formula One.
Well, yeah, so's Ferrari. But it's... Yeah.
But anyway, Q3.
As long as you've got a good car and 2 good drivers.
Yeah.
So Q3.
Q3 was a topsy-turvy one. Russell wanted to go out as late as possible. He wanted to be the last car out.
Yeah.
I think the track evolution was changing so much.
It got hotter though, didn't it? Or did it get cooler?
It got 1 degree cooler. Doesn't sound much. When it comes to the tyres, that's a lot. That is a lot.
It was hotter on race day, wasn't it?
Yeah. He actually just had no response to anything. To be outdone by the likes of Carlos Sainz and Williams. Not by much, by 0.002 a second, It does say an awful lot. Obviously, as I said, back Q2 with Lando, not only he knows how he pulled that lap out.
Doesn't surprise me.
But the car just hooked up for him.
Yeah.
We see it so many times with other drivers and things like that. You get that perfect lap. Russell used to be quite consistent with it. Back when he was driving for Williams, he used to get that perfect lap, which hooked up. And when you get laps like that, you can't explain it. Obviously, McLaren don't have any delta on their steering wheels like a lot of the teams do. So they don't know whether they're improving on the lap times or anything like that. So it gives them that motivation to actually, hang on, are we doing better? Are we not? Whether we're losing time, whether we're not. So it gives them that, I've got to go out and do this no matter what.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, okay, Max didn't have a great qualifying.
Neither did Piastri.
But I mean, Piastri just wasn't there. I mean, fair play, as we were saying, to Ollie Berman. Getting in Q3.
Yeah.
Okay, starting 10th. Or qualifying 10th. Is a big achievement. Hadjar, who I still rate as a rookie driver.
Well, he is. He hasn't completed
in the racing balls.
He hasn't completed this bloody season yet.
But he's been a strong, consistent force in that racing ball.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that they're not taking this. And the problem is they are taking this first thing, this strong consistency within
And I don't think that's
the sister
I don't
team
think that's fair. Yeah,
to then
but
look
then
at
he
putting him in
needs-
the new car in 2026 when
I think he needs another year in racing balls before he gets put into Red Bull.
into the main team, yeah, keep him in the sister team and then give him another year in it because there's going to be a lot of changes.
I mean, we
the
know
cars.
what the way in which you've got to look at it is. Yeah, you can have a great first season. Second season may be terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm going to use
Paris.
the likes of Button. Great season for Braun, and that was it.
Yeah. Speaking of Button, sorry guys, I'm going back because I never mentioned this. Did you see his face? Just that look at the camera. It was just
You mean from last weekend?
yes. It was just the way he looked at it. He was like, say, you know, it's like you lot know what I'm saying without even saying it. Sort of look, innit? It was just like, yeah, you're breaking the fourth wall without even saying it.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean,
But yeah, I mean, you look at Leclerc and Hamilton. Their lap times were phenomenal again.
what, 15-8 and 15-9?
Yeah. You know, there were only three drivers. Norris, Leclerc, and Hamilton. There's only three drivers to get into the 1 minute 15s.
Yeah. Now, no, I can't ask that yet. I can't ask that one because it's to do with Russell, so I can't ask that yet. Right, so if you were Mercedes, what would you have done? Would you have gone after Sainz? I know the whole Max Verstappen thing. But would you have gone after Sainz and stuck Antonelli in that Williams rather than the main car?
I always said I reckon Sainz should have gone. I said when obviously the rumours were going around about Max going to Mercedes and then obviously he's staying and then obviously Hamilton going to Ferrari, where would Sainz go? And I said Mercedes. And I reckon he would have done well with Russell. And I still do.
Because I know David got that big thing, was it you or David? One of you have said, I wouldn't have put Antonelli in the main car straight away.
That was you.
I thought it was David, but anyways.
No, it was always you.
Yeah, but I'm still standing by it. Yes, Antonelli has had some good results. But I think, honestly...
It's a massive step up, obviously. You're going into a team that have had multiple world championships.
Multiple constructors as well.
Yeah. It's big, you're taking over from Lewis Hamilton. It's big shoes to fill.
Well, yeah.
And also having a team like Russell, who is very competitive.
We saw that when Hamilton was still at Mercedes.
Yeah, but he was very competitive, and I will go into that a bit later on. So yeah, I think they needed. I think Sainz would have been a better fit. Would have given Russell more of a challenge.
Oh yeah, Sainz is attacking him to him.
And obviously, Sainz's experience would also help Mercedes out.
Well, yeah. Problem is,
I still reckon Anthony would, stick Anthony in the Williams, and then maybe bring him up the following year.
Yeah, but he'd have given Albon a good go. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I reckon he would have done well in the Williams.
Yeah.
You know, to go from, as a lot of drivers say, to go from an F2 to an F1, it's a massive difference. It's a massive jump up.
Well, yeah. Because, you know, you got the likes of Bortoletto and all that lot were from F2. But they're in a... Some of them that have come from F2 are in a lower...
Yeah, and I think that's fair enough.
like midfield team, lower constructor team. I mean, Mercedes, you know, they're a top, what you would class as one of the top teams.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a huge amount of pressure on his shoulders. I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, there's been times where it hasn't been his fault. You know, the car's actually given him.
I mean, okay, I mean, what was it? Austria, okay, you could say that was his fault.
Yeah.
Quite just took Max out, which fair play.
It's a bit, yeah, but it was a bit of like you and 110% racing.
Yeah.
Um,
That was good fun, that was. No breaks, go straight for it.
but
yeah. I agree. I agree with you. I reckon the Sykes would have been a better fit for you.
Yeah.
In that Mercedes. Even if it's for a couple of years. You know, help keep them up there. Obviously, for the sounds stupid, but for the prize money, helps them keep them up there. And then do a year with and do 2026 with the new regulations, the new cars, and again help them keep up there.
Yeah. I mean, I know they've been signed, but they've both been signed again, but...
Yeah. But next year, we don't know what's going to happen.
No.
No team does, really.
No.
Because the cars are completely different size.
Yeah. It's a bit smaller, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're going to have something to do with something to do with the front wing and...
Yeah. So we're using the first part of the season, basically to do the aerodynamics. I think it was McLaren started it off first, where at high speeds, the front wing flaps change.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they hit the braking, that's it. They go back to normal. So it helped them out the downforce. I think it was McLaren started using it last year. Because a few teams, i.e. Red Bull, weren't happy with it.
No.
But it was deemed that they were doing nothing wrong.
Yeah, it's deemed legal.
And which is why they brought it in this year. I think they stopped using them after Spain.
Yeah. But, you know, all this... You know, it was all the... Just... We'll have to see what these 2026 cars are going to do.
Yeah.
See whether it'll make more competitive racing, because it's supposed to be the smaller, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But do we think that if they put Hadjar up...
I reckon it was struggling in Red Bull. I really do.
No, if they put him up, do you think Aston Martin might snatch Yuki?
No, I reckon they just do a swap. Hijack for Yuki.
Because you've got to think, who's with Aston Martin next year? Honda.
Oh yeah, I know.
That's why I said you think Aston Martin will snatch him up, because, you know, Japanese driver, Honda.
I mean, I don't think they will yet.
Probably not yet.
I mean, at the moment, there is. I think Red Bull haven't confirmed second driver yet.
No.
Obviously, it's Hamilton and Leclerc still at Ferrari, Max still at Red Bull, George and Kimi, Mercedes, Lando Oscar, McLaren, Alonso and Stroll. Now, both their contracts actually ran at the end of next year. Gasly obviously at Alpine. I'm not actually sure if Albon's been confirmed for next year at Williams. I don't think actually Tsunoda or Hadjar's actually been confirmed for next year. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. But let's move forward, shall we?
Yes.
So obviously, we had got to mention obviously the starting grid.
My second time penalty for Sainz.
5 place grid penalty,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, Sainz penalised 5 places for a collision at...
I've got a quick one before we carry on. It's about Kota.
Yep.
I don't know if you mentioned it or not. As I said before, I haven't had a chance to listen. The difference between Yuki and Berman.
Yeah.
Why wasn't that brought up by race control or anybody?
There was a lot not brought up by race control.
But nothing was mentioned.
No.
Nothing was mentioned at all. And for me, Yuki actually was in the wrong.
Yeah.
But nothing was mentioned.
No.
So yeah. So obviously with that 5 place grid penalty,
Yeah.
drops Sainz back down to 12th. Which obviously boosted up Piastri up to 7th, Hadjar up to 8th, Behrman up to 9th, and Yuki up to 10th.
Yeah.
Ocon up to 11th. So yeah. And then it was 5 red lights and away we go. Now, question.
Here we go.
No, question.
Go on.
Was it me or did those lights change bloody quick?
Yep, they did.
It was literally that last red light went on and it was green. It even caught Crofty out, I think.
Yeah.
Because we're not, obviously, we know it's not set by anyone. It's automatic.
No, it's...
It is it's random. All she does is press a button for the red lights to start, and then it's randomized when the lights go green.
I thought she said she... No, I thought she said she held them.
No. She only does for the lights.
Huh.
When she sees that green flag going, she can then press a button. Once she presses that button for the 5 lights to start, it's then automatic.
I can't remember. I thought, oh, she had control because of in case.
No, because she gets all the information on. She gets all the information that if there's a problem, she'll be told straight away about it. She's got the person at the back with the green flag.
Hmm.
Obviously, she can see down the side where there's any problems and things like that. So as soon as she knows it's all clear, mainly by that green flag, she then presses the button for the lights to start.
Yeah, but did you see any of the build-up quickly?
Not really.
Well,
I just saw the Perez interview.
yeah, but it was the grid walk. I just saw a certain bit because it was who the hell was on the grid walk? Was it Natalie and Karoon? I think.
I have no idea. I don't tend to watch this. I don't tend to watch the grid walk.
Yeah, but
it's not.
They basically they highlighted about the tape, and there was tape on the wall, and they said, "Oh, we won't touch it though, because there's bits on there that if they could tell if it had been tampered with, they were just, you know what they're like, they're yanking."
But the thing is, though, why would Red Bull do something like that? After you've been told to get off the track, why would one of their mechanics come back on
to do that?
The tape?
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
No, even though they got fined.
Yeah, but it's mind games. That's what it is.
Yeah, but what the thing is, they got fined, and it was like, well,
yeah.
But Red Bull said that the fine wasn't because of the tape; it was for something else.
The fine was for the driver going back onto the grid. Who's going back onto the grid after all personnel should be off the grid.
Mm.
That's what it was done for. That's what they got done for.
Yeah.
He'd gone back through one of the barriers.
Yeah.
Onto the grid for no reason. That's what they got done for.
Mm.
Not because not every team has that tape. It's just something that the team does with Lando to help him get his grid spot.
Yeah.
Because obviously they can't do it. They can't do it every race because it depends on where he starts.
Yeah.
Because if he's on the opposite side, there's no wall there. Sometimes it's just a grass field.
Mm. But it's just no. So
first corner.
Yeah.
Great start by Lando. Got to say that straight off. Great start. I was dubious because of previous years. Is it best to get second or third rather than pole at Mexico because it's such a long straight and slipstream is powerful? So is it worth getting pole? For Lando this time, he actually nailed his start.
Yeah.
But 4-1 does not go.
No. And you know what makes me laugh? Is get this. So you kind of knew if Russell wasn't going to have a good race, the bitchy side would come out. And it has, hasn't it? Because Russell...
yeah, carry on first, and then I'm going to...
Because Russell goes, I don't understand how three drivers can cut the first corner, just continue in the position that they entered. It's like allowing you to risk everything and you just have a get out of jail free card. If you get it wrong, it's like a lawnmower race. Something needs to change there. That's not really how it should be.
Now, I get what he's saying. I do actually get what he's saying. If you when you watch it, it's very quick, and a lot of it is having to watch it in a replay because it happens so quick. Should Max have gone for that position? He knows knowing full well he's going to get squeezed. He's on a completely different tyre offset to everybody else around him. So it's going to cause him problems straight from the get-go. I can understand he's going to try and brake late, but he's on the curb. He's going to get the vibration. It's not going to work properly for him. So that sends him off.
Yeah.
He's very lucky not to hit the barrier as it is. He went rally driving.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, that brought him back out into third, I believe.
Yeah. Bolt.
Obviously, Leclerc also, hang on, let me finish. Leclerc also went off, which brought him actually out into first. Now, Leclerc easily gave position back to Lando.
Yeah.
Which then meant Leclerc's second, Max in third. Yes, he did give the position back to Hamilton.
Yeah.
But actually, how many positions would Max have lost if he had actually made that corner properly? That's where I'm going to get you thinking about that. Do you see where I'm coming from? Now can you see what Russell was saying? Because he's taken that op going completely round where everybody's got to go through at least 2 corners where Max has literally gone straight off, straight round, boom, straight in position. So in theory, a lot of drivers have lost out because of Max going wide. Yes, it had a massive knock-on effect further back. So people like Russell actually, did they lose out? Yes. So I actually understand his frustration.
But I don't see how Russell could be frustrated because when he finished ahead of him. Max.
But it was at the beginning of the race he was frustrated.
He was in front of Max anyways. It's just but it's not just that. I think
if he was in front of Max, why would he complain? He wasn't actually. So when they entered the corner, and
Max was alongside him.
On, yeah, but when Max rejoined, Max was ahead of Russell.
And Hamilton. Was he not? Or am I?
No, he was ahead of Hamilton.
Because was that where Hamilton had to...
No, that was lap 6.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'll get to in a minute as well. But yeah, for me, there was an awful lot going on. Okay, Leclerc gave his position back. Not a problem. He knew he was going to be attacked from Hamilton. He expected it. You're going to. Hamilton's getting double slipstream, basically.
Now, the thing is, though, I'll get onto my FIA rant a little bit, but...
I want to get you onto your FIA rant as those, don't worry.
They took forever to even come up with any fucking decisions on even the Turn 1 incidents.
Yeah, they did. I think they were looking at an awful lot of data.
Yeah.
And everything else, but there's an awful lot going on. Those first couple of laps, there's an awful lot going on. People getting positions back, people dropping positions and things like that. Apart from Lando, who completely checked out and went.
Well, yeah.
He's completely unfazed by it. You then get to lap 6. Now, this is where, as I said before, you were going to love me or hate me for it.
Yeah. Okay, come on.
Lap 6.
Yep.
Obviously, Max is going for an overtake.
Mm-hmm.
they touch.
Yep.
I don't care what I say, they do touch. Does force Hamilton slightly wide because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Max gets that. Max goes off track slightly.
Yep.
Because of it. It's obviously he's managed to get ahead, gone off track, and sort of carried on. Come up to the next corner. I think it was turn 3, I believe. Turn 2, turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton locks up, goes off.
Doesn't.
Again, onto the grass. I don't think you could keep to that off route because of the way in which he went off. And I think that's what as we're going to say in a bit about the stewards and things like that. But going around that corner, Hamilton locks off, up, going off. Max goes around, goes off track, and then causes Russell to take a face of action because of the way in which Max comes back on, and they nearly collide, which then forces Russell off track. Now, obviously, Hamilton was investigated for a couple of things. First one, going off track or not following directors' guidelines or whatever it is.
Basically, he didn't go around
He didn't use the asphalt.
Yeah.
Which, as he said, there's no grip on that grass. And obviously, the way in which he went off, it's hard to get back onto that bit of asphalt to take it round and get back on. So they did give him a penalty for that. The other one was going off track and gaining an advantage.
Technically
no, but technically yes.
Well, technically, yeah, because he technically didn't drop back. Ideally, the team should have said to Hamilton at this point, back off, or even he should have known to back off a bit.
Now, Max was also under investigation for going off track and gaining an advantage. Turn 3 incident.
Yeah, and that got an FA.
But nothing freaking gosh given. Why? Now, hear me out on this.
I couldn't quite understand that either, so you're all right.
So, hear me out on this. So glad you actually agreed with me on that one. We all know I'm not Max's greatest fan, and I'm a big Lewis Hamilton fan. I think 10 seconds obviously is harsh, but that's in the guidelines.
Well, yeah.
Now, if you remember back, what was it? Back at the beginning of the season, I think it was Red Bull.
Yeah.
A particular person at Red Bull turned around and said how the stewards were always favouring the Brits. Over penalties and decisions.
Yes.
How they're getting away with it. Now, here we go. Do you think that since that sort of comment that Max got away with it because of that?
No. I don't
Max didn't get that to 10 seconds because of previous comments saying how the Brits didn't get away with everything and things like that.
No, I couldn't. I don't think so.
It seems weird how Max didn't, because I'm not being funny. They're saying how Max gave Lewis the position back and things, but he didn't actually give Lewis the position back.
When?
And they collided on turn 6. And Max went off and gave the advantage. He was giving this position back to. They turned around and said that he was giving the position. He gave the position back to Lewis and then carried on. He didn't actually give the position back because they're approaching the corner and under braking as it is. And then Lewis locks up. Which then had a massive. Which Russell was also there as well, which has an impact on him. And then obviously Max going off as well, again, coming back on, has forced Russell off. So in theory, Max didn't actually give that position back. So did Lewis actually gain an advantage? No. Because he would have still been ahead of Max. Did Max get a penalty for going off and gaining advantage? Because if he hadn't gone off track, Russell would have got past him. So yes, he did gain an advantage, but nothing given.
And that's the thing. The thing is we're not privy to all the data. So they must have seen something within that telemetry to be able to, all the timings, to be able to give Hamilton the penalty.
I think the reason they gave him the penalty, and it's just my reason, just my opinion, nothing else.
Well, it was 2 seconds, wasn't he, ahead?
He ended up being over a second ahead.
I thought it was 2, but anyways.
No, it was just over a second ahead, or just under a second ahead, something like that. But the way in which you can actually categorise that is Max going off is going to slow him down.
Yeah.
Russell going off track because of Max slowing them down. So obviously, yes, driver wheel's going to get that a little bit further because drivers can be slower because of their concentrating on keeping themselves on the track properly.
But you would have think Hamilton would have backed. If he knew he was ahead enough to where think, shit, I'm going to get in trouble here, then...
Yeah, fair enough. Take foot accelerator, back off a little bit, and then, don't let anybody overtake you, but go back, say, half a second. Regain that second, drop back half a second, boom, go for it.
Yeah, but he didn't, though. That's the thing. But I don't know. It's just, it was one of them was like, well, there was so much going on.
I think it just confused a lot of people as to why Max didn't get the 10-second time penalty as well.
Well, I was confused why he didn't get it, but
because that would have changed the whole outcome of the race.
Oh, no shit. Would have.
But one driver you've got to say fair play to on those on turn after that lap 6 incident was Ollie Bearman. He sat back and waited.
Yeah, and it worked though.
Now, people might say, okay, well, Bearman went off as well, but actually, Bearman was ahead when he went off. In those fast chicane bits, he actually got past Max before going slightly wide.
Yeah.
But he was still ahead, so he's not technically gained an advantage. I mean, that must have been a massive... He must have... His heart must have been pounding something, Rotten, racing up against Max and actually overtaking him.
Yeah.
That has... Ollie just drove a perfect race. I mean, but I think from then on, it sort of sizzled down a bit.
It did. And then, we had obviously lap 5, which we haven't mentioned. Obviously, Lawson DNFing.
Yeah, I don't understand what that was about.
No.
I know he had front wing damage on lap 1.
I think he got caught up in a lot of stuff.
But also, something we haven't mentioned yet was, why was there 2 stewards on the track with live cars?
Stewards? Marshals?
Marshals. Now, I don't know if it was through the race or one of the free practices, but there's 2 marshals on track. Which both nearly got run over by Lawson.
I think it was the race.
I'm just having a look at the one on the news section, but I can't see nothing on there.
No, it isn't. Um, it's
Yeah, there's two stewards who are actually on track. As Liam Lawson.
Formula One Grand Prix involving Liam Lawson and timing. Oh no, that's something else. I won't mention the other thing, but the timing of something else is being investigated. The FA says it will investigate Liam Lawson's close call with two marshals. Liam Lawson's close call, but he only was on lap. Oh, there we go. Liam on lap 3, Liam Lawson suffered a scare when he encountered two marshals on the racing surface near turn 3. They were deployed to clean up the debris left by several turn 1 skirmishes. Encountered two marshals on his path towards turn 2, and Lawson said, "I could have fucking killed them." The FA says,
if you look at his point of view from it, he could have done.
yeah. Why? Yeah, because they would have had to chuck.
That would be even had
Flags.
something like that. That would either be double wave yellows or at least a virtual. If not full, because of where they were. They were on the racing line and everything else. So therefore, if you're sticking marshals in line like that, that's just absolute chaos. And sounds stupid, but from the FIA, from race control.
Yeah. It's bad that, you know, what would they have done if two marshals had been killed? That'd have been
Red flag.
Race stop.
That's red flag. Yeah, that's race stop. Game over. They wouldn't have continued.
And they wouldn't have even been able to award points.
No.
That'd have been no points for anybody. That would have been serious repercussions for the FIA.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There'd have been lawsuits there.
Yeah. No, they'll just keep it under the table with a payout.
Probably. But it's already come to light. That's the thing. It was seen live.
Well, I never saw it. I don't think anybody else saw it.
Apart from the people that were at the track.
The only reason I found out for it is through social media.
Yeah, I've just Googled it now to have a look.
But anyway, back to the race.
Yeah.
He actually really struggled to get past Yuki.
Which hurt him. Really hurt him.
I mean, you know, both Max and Yuki started off on medium tyres.
Which I don't think it did Max any favours.
No, but Yuki did. Yuki done Max a huge favour.
Oh, Yuki was a blocker.
Don't think he was supposed to be a blocker.
No, but he was.
It ruined Yuki's race because they left him out there so long. But it worked in Max's favour.
It did. It really did. Now, the race seemed to then settle down a bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
Until lap 25, obviously we lost Hulk.
We lost Was it lap 25 we lost Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then,
But then I think Hulk, they had issues on the formation lap.
yeah.
He was complaining about power loss and things like that to start off with. And I think they just kept him out there just to see how things were going and things like that.
And not good.
No. So retiring the car, fair enough. No point making it any worse. Get it in.
Plus,
And then concentrate on the next race.
plus, with it being this close to the end of the season as well,
Yeah.
you know, they're not really going to want to, like, push too, you know, concern for reliability. Now, why did we lose Alonso? I think I missed that part. Because
I don't know.
they retired
They
him
retired
on
the car.
lap 34.
Yeah. I think there was an issue with the car. Not sure.
And Sainz was pretty much on the back foot throughout the race.
Didn't help having 5-second penalty for
The five
speeding in
play-
the pit lane
Oh, yeah. Then he had the drive through.
and then a drive through for speeding in the pit lane. Now,
You couldn't make that shit up, could you?
now the problem Williams had with Sainz's car, and you can actually see it when they were showing replays and things like that, was pit limit was actually on,
It wasn't.
but it was on.
activating.
It was, but the engine was jumping. You could see the car physically bounce. You could see it jumping up and down. It just wasn't steady, which is causing the speed to go up slightly, which is why he was done for speeding both times. Which sort of ruined his race.
Yeah.
But obviously, a lot of the drivers were coming in at, you know, around that, what was it, lap 20, right through till what, 27. We had quite a few cars coming there.
Pit stop summary.
Lawson Sainz was lap 17, Alonso 20.
Yeah.
You know,
From like
there was
20
pace.
onwards, it was all very staggered.
Yeah, which you expect. I mean, obviously coming in first, you know, normally it's the front, it's whoever's in front of the team gets the call.
Hmm.
You know, I know McLaren say, do you want to go, they've said it before, whoever's in front, do you want to go first or second? Now, obviously, Norris was clean air. His tyres aren't getting damaged.
Yeah.
Oscar fighting Yuki, obviously, going to put a lot of pressure on his tyre. He can use his tyres a lot more.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So it was the right choice to pit him. Now, we then obviously get onto the front runners pitting and things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we knew the Red Bulls would go long on the mediums, which they did, and then go on the softs, which worked for them.
Usual strategy.
Yeah. But as we're going along on that second stint, there was one driver in particular getting very, very frustrated. Very frustrated. No. A Brit called George Russell.
Yeah.
And I get his point. I really do get his point. He felt he was quicker to catch, at that point, third place Ollie Behrman.
Yeah.
And I do believe he was quick. He was gaining. He sat behind Kimi so long, and he was told to hold position. At that point, he's got, I think it was Oscar behind him,
Yeah.
literally right behind him.
Oh yeah. Oscar was trying to catch him.
And obviously, I love the radio call, saying he's got a very fast car right up his backside. Jordan set past, which I think is just absolutely brilliant from Russell. Obviously, they turned around and say no.
Well, yeah, but it was some.
And then it was like, just what I'll check.
Felt like I got a fast car or something up my ass or something like that.
Yeah, I was being, trying to be polite. And then they eventually do switch. By that point, Russell's damaged tyres.
Yeah, he's got now left.
Because they turned around and said, you overheat, you need to cool down your rear tyres. They're overheating. Well, how can I cool them down when I've got a frigging car right up my fucking ass?
Yeah.
And then, within a matter of seconds, they switched on turn one.
Well, they switched.
No, he did say...
Switched Kimi, didn't they? Because Kimi had said, look, if he's not going to catch him, let me have a go.
Yeah, that was later on, wasn't it?
Mm.
Because George said, can we pass? I feel I've got the pace. I've got a quicker pace. If I can't catch him, then switch us back. Which I think is a fair request.
Yeah, but they left him there too long.
5 laps too long.
Yeah, they left him there way too long.
And by that point, his tyres are screwed and he's not going to catch Ollie.
No.
And then obviously we see a complete. We're all expecting one-stop strategies.
Yeah.
You then see Kimi and Oscar and Lewis coming on lap 47. Obviously, Oscar managed to leapfrog Kimi in the pits, which I think is brilliant. It was close, but I think that's brilliant.
It worked.
Yeah, they're going on to the softs because nobody really liked the medium tyres there.
No.
And then obviously you had Ollie, George, and Franco making his only pit stop in lap 48.
Mm.
Because I think if I'm right, he started on the hards.
Yeah.
But which obviously for Ollie it lost him his third place, but then I don't think he would have kept third anyway with Max gaining.
Yeah.
But that was a great battle for fourth place.
There would have been a cracking battle for fucking second, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, we'll get on to that.
Oh.
I think it was a great battle for fourth place.
Yeah.
At one point.
Don't get me wrong. Ollie did. The problem was when Ollie was in third, he did really well to defend Max.
Yeah, but he was obviously he pulled away from Max.
Yeah.
Obviously the pit stop helped and things like that, but he had consistent pace.
Oh yeah.
You think Haas is the smallest team there?
Oh yeah, they're the smallest team in the grid.
They don't have brand new equipment.
They don't have a lot of fucking money either. Because
No.
Haas is a fucking tight ass.
They don't have a massive base of operations. They do have a very, very small team. So actually to get fourth, which is their equaling their second best finish, and with yes, Ollie, you could class Ollie as a rookie. Some people may say no because he's done 2 races last year, but in theory he's still a rookie.
No, he's a rookie.
To finish fourth was an amazing
Oh yeah.
the chip. But it was a great battle.
Oh yeah.
Now, I didn't see where Science. Obviously, I didn't see Science come off. Nobody else did.
No, because the TV direction was utter shit again.
Yeah,
I mean, to put it fairly
But-
enough, Behrman's result has put him level on points with Stroll.
but was the fiercely needed? Me personally, I'd be saying no.
It de-
Even Crofty Croon, who can clearly
they could
see
see the
it,
car.
off track, completely off track, parked up nowhere. No chance of being a hazard. Why they brought a fiercely out?
Well, it was a late call.
Very late call.
That's what I didn't understand.
It was double waved yellows, and then it went. But DRS was still enabled because it was the DRS zone was past where the flag was being shown.
Hmm.
And I think that would have made for a cracking last lap battle.
It would have done.
Not just for fourth, although I reckon Ollie would have actually kept Piastri behind him.
I reckon so. I think Piastri's tyres at that point were a bit done.
But the main battle would have been between Leclerc and Max.
Max was hunting him. Max was almost on him.
Well, he's got fresh. Obviously he was on the softer tyres.
Yeah.
They were fresher. You think Charles was still running the mediums
Leclerc was a
Because they-
sick duck.
because they knew there's no point pitting him because he's not got the time
Hmm.
behind him.
Yeah.
He didn't have enough gap. And then try and catch him, it wouldn't have been done.
I mean, it was a fair play to the Ferrari strategists. They didn't fuck it up for once. But
I mean, fair play to the pit stop crew from McLaren. They didn't fuck up this time.
no.
And also, what was it? 2.2 for Ollie's second pit stop?
Want to say I think so.
Which is their quickest pit stop of 2025.
The problem is they never. It was 22.17. That's total time. So, and what is it? It's about 25 second pit loss in it at Mexico.
With me.
It was
So
20
Mexico was fastest pit stop was McLaren with 2.1.
Hmm. I think Ollie's was a 2.
Which is what leapfrogged him into get past Kimi.
Yeah. .159.
Here we go. 2.33.
What, Behrman's?
Yep.
Not bad.
Piastri was 2.1. Leclerc was 2.27. Behrman was 2.33.
Hmm.
Which is their quickest pit stop to date.
Yeah. But yeah, that I honestly think that whole BSC is getting investigated as well. The FAA launched an investigation why that BSC was.
Well, they're the ones who got to put it out.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, but it was the race director's call. But the FIA is still investigating it.
I don't think they could change.
I,
I think it'd be unfair to change the result on that.
oh yeah, but it could have. I don't mean them swapping. They're just investigating why it was probably chucked
Yeah.
so late, and if the car was clear, why wasn't it ended quicker, sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing I've got to mention is actually, even though he had a 10-second penalty, Lewis actually did quite well finishing 8th.
Oh yeah. And obviously we do have to mention that obviously Lando is now the leader in the World Drivers' Championship, but Oscar's only a
By
point behind.
1 point.
Only by a point. Because I was just like, oh, come on, Oscar, come on. You need to get up there a bit more. And I'm thinking, shit, come on. If I'm not,
he's not right at the moment.
yeah, wasn't discrediting Ollie, but I was just like, if you can pass Behrman, Oscar, you are still going to be at the top, at least even by a couple of points, a couple of points. Jesus. And it's, I mean, I know David has said, I know you've said, it's going to be an interesting rest of the season. It is going to be an interesting rest of the season.
I mean, I think going into the weekend, it worked out. Max, since the summer break, Max has got 119 points. Norris and Piastri together have got 119.
Yeah. Max is a one-man fucking army, put it that way. It's.
And I think I don't think he can do. I don't think he can do it now. I think mathematically he's out of the equation. But technically, at the beginning of the weekend, George was actually mathematically George could have still won it. Okay, a lot of luck would have had to go his way, but George could have won the championship.
Yeah, I
don't think that's possible.
Looking at it now, it's not. It is basically this championship now is down between Lando, Oscar, and Max.
Yeah.
The top 3 now.
I mean, there's still a battle in the constructors for 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Ferrari only a point ahead in the constructors, and 10 points ahead of Red Bull.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely a battle going on still in the constructors between Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull. That's a given.
There's a battle between Sauber, Haas, Aston Martin, and the Racing Bulls. And possibly Williams in that effect. I mean, see Williams fifth is an amazing thing.
Oh yeah,
it really is.
But and that's the thing. It proves, they're on 111 points. That's 111. That's a lot more points than it probably was. Like, if you go back and look at the 2024, Williams
17 points.
Was 17 points in 2024.
Yeah.
111 this year. So it proves that the car has changed, but also the driver pairing they've got.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, you go back to 2023, Williams only had 28 points.
Yeah.
So they have this year come on leaps and bounds.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I think James Vowles is the one to do it.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, but if you look back at previous results, it's proven.
Yeah.
And Red Bull's recent run of form, bouncing back the way Max is. I don't want to be as harsh, but maybe Mekies was the right choice to bring in because he's an engineer.
Yeah.
Christian was more business minded with Red Bull. Mekies is an engineer, and he would understand a little bit more.
There was rumours going around during the beginning of the week, last week, that
apparently he is somewhere within the F1, but we don't know where.
No, so one of the rumours was Christian Horner and Bernie Eccleston were buying out Aston Martin. Yeah.
Says it all.
Never going to happen in a million years.
Not a chance.
Because if that happens, Lance Stroll's lost his racing seat.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's nothing you can say. Lance Stroll would lose his racing seat. He still may then next year. Who knows? But it's a three-way battle, and it is going to go down to the last race of the season.
Yeah.
But especially if we know what Max is like in Brazil. Especially in the wet.
It depends on what the weather conditions are going to be like then, don't we?
Don't forget it's also sprint weekend as well, which is going to be interesting.
Which is going to throw open all sorts of spanners in it as well.
Yeah.
Look at what happened in Brazil when K-Mag was driving for Haas.
Exactly.
We always know that Brazil's going to...
I mean, it's going to be a massive... If one particular driver can do really well, it's going to be a massive boost, which is Bortoleto. Home Grand Prix.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah, because he lives on the...
He literally grew up on the outskirts of Sao Paulo. So it's going to be very, very emotional race for him, and there's going to be an awful lot of support there for him.
Oh yeah. Anything you want to add before I move forward?
It was an interesting.
It was a better
Grand Prix for a change. Oh yeah, for definite. It's been one of the best ones we've had for a while there.
Right, so this is the part that I'm not looking forward to.
Do you know what? Normally I check beforehand. I haven't actually checked till now.
So I'll go through points. David's at the bottom this time.
Yep.
Wow.
Let's have a look. Yeah, Hülkenberg, Lawson, Hadjar.
Yeah, so David's at the bottom on 122. Wow. That didn't do him any favours.
Nope.
Ryan's in 7th on 160 points. Only Alonso sort of did him there, really. Logan is in 6th with 165.
Hülkenberg and Alonso.
Simon didn't have a good weekend. We're in 5th with 167.
But if you look, he's left his 2 times on Sainz.
Yeah, didn't do him a favour.
No.
Alan in 4th with 169. Now,
It was Hadjar and Racing Balls.
yeah, but why? That's interesting. So, because it's got a down arrow by you.
Yeah, so what that basically means was I've gone down to fourth on that bet because I actually checked before the race and I was actually in first.
Ah, okay. So you dropped positions. I must have been.
Yeah.
I must have been lower than what I was.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm in third with 182. Hadjar let me down. And Racing Balls let me down. Who let you down? Racing Balls. And
Racing
Hadjar.
Balls. Yeah.
You had you 2 times on Norris.
Course I
Angela
did.
yet again.
Done you by 1 point.
Put in second with 183. Now, problem is, she hasn't really changed her team, so
You've never changed it.
no. But this is what David said. Sometimes she would be at the bottom, and then sometimes have a good weekend, and yeah, because most of us are quite interlinked. But in first is Adam with 208.
Obviously, for him, he's got 2 time on Norris. He lost 15 points on Alonso, but obviously Ollie Behrman,
Behrman did him good, yeah.
because he gets 10 points for drive of the day.
Obviously,
He got 1 point for qualifying 10th.
yep.
He gained 5 places. 8 overtakes. So that's 8 points. And obviously finishing 4th is 12 points. Because you also got the same points. But you had to 2 times on Ollie, mate.
It'd have been higher than Piastri though, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would have been higher than Piastri, because Piastri only got me 50.
Exactly.
Ollie would have got me 70. Don't make me do maths.
How many points did you get? 36?
36.
72.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Same points as Lando.
Hmm.
Now, overall,
bear with me. Overall. When it. Hello? Would you do me overall results here?
I can do if you want.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
In 8th place.
Overall. Yeah. Go on.
8th place is Angela with 2,201.
Yep.
7th place is Ryan with 2,495. Excuse me. 6th place is Adam with 2,659. Then comes David in 5th with 2,754.
I don't think.
4th place is Logan with 3,034.
Mm-hmm.
3rd place is myself with 3,582.
Mm-hmm.
2nd place is
Me.
Chris with 3,622. I'm gaining on you. I really am.
I know you are.
And 1st is still Simon with 3,687.
Coming for you, Simon. I'm gonna try.
Both. Basically, Simon is about 100 points ahead of me.
Yeah.
Which I'm not being funny. It's doable.
It's doable.
Especially, I mean, what was it? 5th this weekend, 6th last race.
Mm.
So he's not being consistent.
No. He just hasn't. Since, not gonna lie, he was 4th in Azerbaijan. Since he was 3rd in Italy, because I got Monza. He was
You
second.
used your extra DRS, didn't you?
Yeah, he was second in Zandvoort. I managed to get a good run at Zandvoort as well. I didn't have a good run at Hungary. He did, and David definitely did there.
Belgium, I got a cracking run.
You got a good run at Belgium, but
I used my
Simon got
limitless.
second. Yeah, I know you did.
But it worked in my favour.
Yeah, like Simon got fourth in the British Grand Prix.
Yeah.
I got good at Austria.
Yeah, he got fourth.
Since Canada, he technically since Canada, he's not. He hasn't really been consistent throughout because he's either been second, fourth, and the occasional first. You know what I mean? Apart from Miami, he was in first. And I was good in Saudi. He was third in Bahrain.
But
you know what I mean? He's not. Okay, China, he was good. And Australia, he was good.
Yeah, he was good in the first few races, and it's just been consistent with him being second, third sort of thing.
Yeah.
First, second, third, fourth. But it's just, he's losing the points compared to other drop people, such as yourself and myself. So there's still plenty of points to play.
Oh, still time. I've still got so many races to go.
I am liking my team. I am tempted to make one more, possibly one change, but that's if I can afford it.
There's a possibility. I don't know yet. I'd have to think about
that.
But yeah.
No, I can't afford him. Bollocks.
It's whether could be bothered to change. But I've still got chips to play with. I know when I'm gonna use chips.
You still got your limitless one.
Maybe.
That'd be a yes then.
Maybe. I might have. I might not have. I don't think I've not used it yet.
So I've got 4 I can use.
You've got 4.
Yep. Well, you used 2.
I've got 4. I've got 4 I can use.
I've used my limitless one.
I know
use that at Belgium. And I've used my no negative at Monaco.
The only 2 I've used is no negative and extra DRS.
Thing is, you're going to wait for that limitless one I know what you're going to do. You're using the limitless one at Abu Dhabi.
There's a possibility.
You did the same thing last year.
There's a possibility I might. I don't know. I haven't decided.
The extra DRS, I'm going to wait. I've got to wait. Autopilot, I don't see
the point in it.
Not at the moment, no, because the moment for my team is.
Yeah.
The wild card, make unlimited changes to your team before the next Grand Prix. Again,
it's another limitless, basically. That.
Not really, because it's unlimited changes, so you still got to keep within your budget.
Yeah, but you can make.
Obviously, you can make as many changes as you want, basically, within your budget. There's a limited one, you've got no budget.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see.
And then obviously the final fixed one is chips can be used after the qualifying race. So after qualifying, you can then change your team if you want to. If you've got somebody that's gone really, really low down, but you've got to know somebody's higher up, you've got the money, you can change them. But obviously, you only get total 3 transfers each session.
Yeah. Anything you want to add at all?
It was a really good race. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It was
Um,
well, definitely one of the better ones.
yeah. A lot of races nowadays, they've gone good start.
And petered out.
Yeah. This one could have been the same, but it wasn't.
No.
Great start. Sort of second stint sort of slowed down a bit like we expected to, but then towards the end, the last 10, 15 laps, absolutely cracking.
Until the
Absolutely
VSC, which
cracking.
ruined it.
Yeah.
That would have been a hell of a finish, I think. There'd have been a nice battle between Leclerc and Max.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so these are the timings for Brazil. Obviously UK times, and now in GMT, not BST. So 7th to the 9th of November. So on the 7th of November, we've got practice 1 at 2:30 till 3:30. Then, on the same day, later on that night, 6:30 till 19:14, according to this, but weird time.
I know.
Anyways, it's spring qualifying.
I just see that as like, okay.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it be
You spent
1950?
Yeah.
No.
I would have timed it down.
Watch this. There'll be red flags, yellow flags, God knows what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it'll just screw that timing up. But that's odd. Why 19:14 and not like 15:15? Weird. Anyways, 8th of November, the sprint is 2 p.m. till 3. Then we'll see whether everybody goes hell for leather in that, with qualifying coming up on the same day at 6 till 7 p.m. Are you hoping for some weather for qualifying, or are you hoping that more in the race day?
Who knows with Brazil? Who knows?
And then the race on the 9th of November at 5 o'clock UK time. Which... yeah, because that's rather odd, because even if you look at the track time, it's like, track time is 3:30 till like 16:14. It's like,
Yeah.
how have they timed that? But anyways.
I don't know.
Yeah. So obviously, guys, you know the usual deal. Episodes come out on a Wednesday at 3 o'clock. And obviously, the next one, David will be back. Interestingly enough.
Yay!
It's been quiet without him.
Been lovely.
Well, if he listens to that, he's heard you say it now. So, yeah.
He'll understand.
Oh, yeah, he will. Obviously, thank you to Alan for being here.
You're welcome as always.
And we shall catch you for the next one. So, until then.
Adios, amigos.
Goodbye for now.